Pauline Wilson, and this is my presentation for our project, Making the Most of Emerging Technologies. Yarrawonga Neighbourhood House is a small registered training organisation situated in North Victoria on the Murray River. We have 7 permanent staff and 6 sessional trainers. Resources are limited, and whilst we do have some IT support, we do not have access to a formal IT department or learning and design staff. Whilst tutors and content experts obviously play a role, design and development of our blended courses mainly falls to our training administration staff. And as learning technologies change and develop very rapidly, it is often difficult for us, with all our other duties, to dedicate the time and resources required to deliver training using the latest technology. That's why this project was so important to us. We really haven't accomplished anything earth-shattering, but what we have done with the additional funding is to allow ourselves some time to research, trial and implement some new tools. And sometimes, in order to improve outcomes for our learners, we need to give ourselves permission to play. And we've also been able to put some resources into encouraging our trainers to use these new technologies. Trainers' engagement with technology has always been a barrier for us. We deliver a lot of aged care, or individual support as it is now, and our trainers are all employed doing the work they train in, working in aged care and home care. A typical day at work for them involves very little computer access, so the technology skills are, and this is a generalisation, quite poor. So we have a constant battle to try to engage them in technology and to get them to try new tools as they become available. Our project team consisted of myself, 2 other permanent members of staff whose role is training administration, and 1 of our sessional trainers. Fortunately, we all love to experiment with new tools and technologies, so now we had the real permission and reason to do that. So, what have we discovered? Well, I think the main thing is that Moodle is a fantastic trainer and learner resource. We've used Moodle now for a number of years and wanted to find some tools that would add to that environment. But to be honest, most things we tried, we found that Moodle already had the capacity to do. So we spent quite a lot of time working with Moodle tools we hadn't had a chance to explore before and implementing more of those into our courses. We found lessons are really useful, particularly for self-paced learning. The student needs very little guidance to work through them. Our first aid theory is simply a series of Moodle lessons which the learner completes at home before coming to class to do the practical learning and assessment. Quizzes in Moodle can be quite complex, so we've spent a bit of time refining our use of those. Databases hadn't been previously explored, nor had progress bars. Progress bars, of course, are being replaced by completion progress blocks, so that research is still being done. One of the best outcomes was that one of our trainers who hadn't used Moodle before is in the process of putting our whole Certificate 3 in Early Childhood Education Care into a Moodle course. This is a huge win, and I might point out that Anne was involved in our last VET Development Funded project, which focused on professional development for trainers in the use of Moodle. So she's really benefited from VDC funding opportunities we have received. And you can see that she's used quite a wide range of Moodle tools in the design of her course. But we did find a couple of other great tools. One is an extremely simple quiz tool called Kahoot. It has all the best features of gamification, including scores and leaderboards. It can be set up very simply in a few minutes, and it really engages the learners. They get quite competitive as they go through the quiz. It is a face-to-face application, but as all of our delivery is blended, that does not matter. It is a great way to find out what learners already know when they start a topic, or as an exit quiz to ensure their understanding. We already have 3 of our trainers using it regularly, so it must be easy. Another benefit of simple tools like Kahoot that can be used face-to-face is that it's a good way to engage trainers in technology. Many trainers still prefer to be face-to-face with their learners and think it is really the only way. So if we can introduce technology that can be used in their preferred face-to-face environment, they can start to see the benefits of using technology in their day-to-day practice. We also needed some e-learning tools to use. outside of Moodle, as we felt a bit limited by the need for learners to have to sign in. So we have investigated some e-learning authoring tools. Elucidat looked quite good and easy, but it has rather a hefty price tag. Flint is more complex with lots of functionality, but it's cheaper. And of course, Storyline is one that we already had some experience with. We're still to make a decision as to which one will best suit our needs. And finally, we definitely needed a webinar tool. In addition to a face-to-face component, all of our blended delivery courses have a virtual classroom session as well. We generally use Big Blue Button, as we have that available in our Moodle, but we needed something that could be used more simply outside the Moodle. Zoom has been trialled by one of our trainers who has found it to be really good. There is a free version, and if we need to purchase, it is affordable. So I'll probably settle for that. In the Learn Local sector, we generally work fairly closely together and share our knowledge and ideas. With this in mind, YNH applied for and was successful in obtaining funding through the Learn Local Capacity and Innovation Fund to develop the Northeast e-learning community of practice. So these two projects have meant that we have had a huge year as far as e-learning is concerned, and we have learned new things as part of this project. They have been shared with the community and vice versa. In fact, Kahoot was a tool that a member of the community put us onto. The two projects have worked really well together, meaning that resources have been well utilised to provide fantastic new benefits for our learners.